Mr. Kelso?
That's what the sign on the door says, miss. And there's no need to come into the office, Miss Lichtman. If you accept the settlement, all you need to do is sign here.
I don't accept the settlement.
What do you mean you don't accept? I think you're pushing your luck, lady. This seems to be a ridiculously generous settlement. A $200 policy with a $20,000 payout? You should...
I don't want the money.
What do you mean you don't want the money?
I want you to investigate this case. I feel my friend may have been the victim of foul play.
Okay, let me get the case file. Sounds like your friend took a hell of a fall. I'm sorry for your loss. Do you mind if I ask you a couple of questions?
Of course not.
What basis do you have for your claim of foul play?
Lou Buckwalter was a craftsman. I don't believe he would have made a roof that would collapse.
What are you talking about, Ms. Lichtman? This was an industrial accident.
How do you know that?
Because it says right here in black and white.
Do you believe everything that you read, Mr. Kelso?
You want me to reopen this case based on your woman's intuition? That isn't going to happen. Take the money.
I've already told you I do not want the money. There's something wrong with that house.
I think you're lying, Ms. Lichtman. I think you're after even more money, and you're trying to drag this company into a lawsuit.
So now you know my motives, Mr. Kelso? And how do you intend to prove that? If I wanted to dispute the settlement, I would have brought along a lawyer. I want to find out what happened to my friend. Surely you understand that.
You and Buckwalter weren't married?
No.
Then how did you become his beneficiary?
We were family friends.
I'm just confused, Ms. Lichtman. What's so difficult about accepting this money?
I don't like your attitude, Mr. Kelso.
That's okay. I'm not selling it. You expect me to reopen this case because you come in here walking that walk? Well, I'm not buying it. I think you should tell me what the hell is going on.
You really want to know?
Yes.
We were interned together on Ellis Island, resident alien Germans whose parents had been killed by Nazis. Do you see the irony in that, Mr. Kelso? We spent 4 years there.
I think you entrapped this Buckwalter hump. I think that's your game, sister. You're the bird with the broken wing type that all the guys feel sorry for. Buckwalter gave you everything, didn't he?
He was my friend. Can you prove any different, Mr. Kelso? Reopen the case, Mr. Kelso. Save your company a significant amount of money.
So the roof collapsed. Accidents happen. What exactly are you trying to achieve here, Ms. Lichtman?
Exactly what I said. I want that building thoroughly investigated.
You expect me to believe that you have no ulterior motive? That money means nothing to you?
I believe that money has value. I believe your work defines who you are, and you should be paid relative to the quality of your work.
I'm intrigued, Ms. Lichtman. I really am. But you're going to have to give me something if you want me to get involved in this.
There is a conspiracy surrounding Elysian Fields and the new houses they are building. I believe your insurance company is involved.
That's pretty heady stuff, Miss Lichtman. Flimsy, but heady.
I've told you what I know, Mr. Kelso. What are you going to do about it?
There's some kind of intrigue going on here, Miss Lichtman. You're not the agent of a foreign government, are you?
I'm a German, Mr. Kelso. We no longer have a government. I'm not a Soviet, unless you have some way of proving differently. Mr. Kelso, the greatest threat to America is not another way of life, but American naivety as to how other people live their lives.
All right, Miss Lichtman. One final question.
Yes.
What's your address?
Is that usual?
Is there anything usual about this case, Miss Lichtman?
The address is on the letter, Mr. Kelso.
The address, but not the phone number. I'll be in touch.
My friend deserves the truth, Mr. Kelso. You can find it. Mr. Kelso, I'm sure you have some inquiries to make. You look as if you might have something on your mind, Mr. Kelso. If you wish to simply interrogate me for your own enjoyment, Mr. Kelso, then I will answer no more questions. Here is my number. Call me when you're prepared to help.
Mr. Benson would like to see you in his office, Jack. Upstairs. Come on, I'll walk you up. You coming? That's enough, Jack. You've got work to do, same as me. Come on, Jack, get going. You can make eyes at me later.
You wanted to see me?
I noticed Elsa Lickman in the lobby.
It's the weirdest thing, Mr. Benson.
Call me Curtis, Jack. This is California.
Like I said, Curtis, this is a very strange case.
How so, Jack?
That lady, Elsa Lichtman, is refusing a 20 grand payout.
Elsa Lickman is hardly a lady, Jack. She's a jazz musician. Plays at the Blue Room in Hollywood. She has a fine pair of lungs, now that I think of it.
She's the beneficiary of this guy, Lou Buckwalter. He was killed in an industrial accident working for Elysian Fields Developments. You know Elysian?
I'm familiar with Leland Monroe. We move in similar circles.
Well, Miss Lichtman is making some pretty serious accusations. She says the case stinks and that something happened.
She's a very highly strung girl, Jack. Strung out might be a better way to put it.
It's a pretty generous payment, Curtis. I think I should look into it.
Is there anything wrong with the paperwork, Kelso?
No, there isn't, Mr. Benson.
I didn't think so. Pay the case out and get her off our backs.
I can't make her take the money, sir.
Deal with it, Jack. Do your fucking job. Do I have to do everything?
No, sir, you don't.
Fine, Jack. Fine. You know I have the greatest confidence in you.
Thanks, Mr. Benson.
Your car, Mr. Kelso.
Thanks, kid.
Thanks for the tip, Mr. Kelso. I won't hold you up here any longer. The car is all yours, Mr. Kelso. She's a beauty. You can get going whenever you're ready.
Let's try to piece this together. That's not right. They don't quite fit. The reel should be nearby.
Hey! You just can't be walking around down here.
I'm Jack Kelso from California Fire and Life.
I don't care if you're from the Vatican. Buzz off!
I'm investigating the accidental death of a Lou Buckwalter, and...
You deaf? Do I have to beat on you?
Looks like you do.
I can't help but get suspicious when you're so damn friendly. Nope. Still ain't sunk in, buddy.
So this is where their lumber comes from? That's not how my pop taught me to mix it. Someone is cutting corners. Leland Monroe, the man with the grin. Looks like he doesn't like to be disappointed. Bulldozing and starting again. I came to see the house where Lou Buckwalter died. You were just about to offer to show me the way.
It's out the gate and 3 houses down on the left. Don't know what you're looking for, smart guy. There's nothing there.
Then I'll poke around in the rubble.
Fine. As long as you're out of my sight. Go sniff around someplace else. Leave me the hell alone.
The place falls down and then they bulldoze it. What gives here? Keystone Films. Who gets their lumber from a film studio?
Oh, you son of a bitch. Come on, Jack. Oh, shit. So long, buddy. At least I know I'm on the right track. Sorry, pal. Just when I thought we were starting to get on.
Jack Kelso, California Fire and Life investigator. I need an address on the Keystone Film Company.
The address is 658 North Wilton Place. Is there anything else?
No, thank you, ma'am.
You're a real asshole.
There's got to be more in these files. There's something else in that report. I know it.
Hi, Mac. I work for California Fire and Life. I'm looking into an industrial accident.
Here?
No, not here. At a housing development over on Normandy Avenue.
So?
I found some lumber over there, had the Keystone name printed on it.
We've been closed since 41. Never quite made the transition to talkies. The Suburban Redevelopment Fund are pulling the place down.
Know anything about the Suburban Redevelopment Fund?
Nix.
Mind if I take a look around?
I'm kind of hungry. If someone was to leave a couple of bucks here, I might wander down the street and get a cup of coffee.
Is there a key to the gate?
No. The only guys who go in or out are some delivery guys from Elysian Fields. They're working on a housing development over at Wilton and Santa Monica. You'll have to hop it.
That's one way to keep your costs down. Too bad it won't support a roof. Let's see what the rich and powerful have to say for themselves.
All right, I'm going. Go do what you want to do. I'm drinking my coffee and eating a burger, and then I'm coming back, friend. You better get a move on.
Gotta be something else around here. Wonder what's left in the buildings.
I need to find a game well or a telephone.
This is Jack Kelso, investigator for California Fire and Life. Can you put me through to Curtis Benson, please?
Just a moment, please, Mr. Kelso.
Jack, how can I help?
Do you know anything about the Suburban Redevelopment Fund, Mr. Benson?
I've heard of them, Jack. Building new homes for GIs.
With green lumber that was used on movie sets.
Jack, are you working the Buckwalter case?
Mr. Benson, are you part of the Suburban Redevelopment Fund?
Jack, I want you to listen very clearly. Call Miss Lickman. Call her as soon as you hang up. Arrange to see her tonight and get her to agree to the settlement. Do it tonight. Do you hear me?
Yes, sir.
End of story, Jack. I don't want to hear another word about Elsa Lickman or Lou Buckwalter.
Can you put me through to Michigan 221?
Putting the call through.
Hello?
Ms. Lichtman, it's Jack Kelso.
Yes, Mr. Kelso.
I've been looking into your case.
Yes, and what have you found?
It doesn't look good. I need to see you.
Meet me at the Blue Room. I work there tonight. I take a break around 9. I'll be waiting at the stage door. We can talk then. Auf Wiedersehen, Mr. Kelso.
What were you doing with him?
I was doing what you asked.
I didn't ask you to meet him in an alleyway.
Why do you snarl at me? Your friend came to ask me to accept the insurance money.
He's not my friend, Elsa.
I think he's a brave man, and you have placed him in great danger. You've involved him in something, and he has no idea of the risk. Can you live with that, Cole?
Elsa, I need his help, and he hates my guts.
Forget the past, Cole. He deserves a chance to say no. If he helps you, let it be on his terms.
I'll go see him in the morning. Nice wiring job, fellas. Keep them in the dark. Good thing I'm not thirsty.
You lose something, Mac?
I thought these private eye types were all wise guys with smart mouths.
Looks like the snappy repartee has all dried up.
Get on with it.
What's your hurry, Mac? You got some place to go?
You ever do the cat and mouse routine without a gun in your hand?
Now that's more like it.
The tough act's easy to play when it's 3-on-1. 3 meatheads with nary a brain cell between them. You guys should be in pictures. Don't get impatient now. I'll get to each one of you in good time.
You're a worn tough guy. You should learn to take a hint. Get him downstairs and into the trunk. Sure, he turned up all right. He's wishing he didn't. He's in the trunk. He's going nowhere. The boys introduced themselves. What do you want done with him, Mr. Monroe? Yeah, I know a good place. We'll pick up a shovel and a pick on the way. It's up in the hills behind Griffith Park. We'll deal with that German bitch next. I'm gonna break your face!
Where are they? Is that the last of them?
Elsa. Monroe owns the city, owns the cops. I need to find Elsa. Sorry, pal. Desperate times. So you're still carrying that Army 45, Cole?